Welcome, movie lovers and Oppenheimer enthusiasts. Get ready to dive into this fascinating story, where science and drama intertwine in a plot full of discoveries and ethical dilemmas. Immerse yourself in the life of one of the most influential scientists of the 20th century and uncover the secrets that shaped his legacy. Let's begin this exciting journey. The movie starts with the early life of J. Robert Oppenheimer, born in 1904 in New York. Raised in an intellectually stimulating environment, he showed exceptional interest in science and literature from a young age, standing out as a brilliant student. In this part of the movie, J. Robert Oppenheimer's role in the Manhattan Project is explored, the research and development program that led to the creation of the first atomic bomb during World War II. Oppenheimer is recruited by the United States government due to his experience and knowledge in theoretical physics. Oppenheimer becomes the scientific director of the Manhattan Project and settles in Los Alamos, New Mexico, where the main research laboratory is established. There, he assembles a team of brilliant scientists, including Enrico Fermi, Richard Feynman, and Niels Bohr, among others, to work on the development of the atomic bomb. During this stage, Oppenheimer faces significant scientific and ethical challenges. On one hand, he must overcome technical obstacles to achieve the controlled nuclear fission necessary for the bomb. On the other hand, he faces moral dilemmas about the use of the bomb and its potentially devastating consequences. The pressure on Oppenheimer and his team is immense, as they work against the clock to develop the bomb before Germany does. As they progress in their research, internal tensions arise within the team, especially regarding the ethical implications of their work. The movie delves into Oppenheimer's internal conflict over the use of the atomic bomb at the end of the war. As he reflects on the devastating impact of the bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, he begins to question the moral implications of his creation. Despite recognizing his role in the Allied victory, he is disturbed by the humanitarian consequences of the bomb. His crisis of conscience leads him to advocate for international control of nuclear energy, facing off against political and military figures advocating for a more aggressive nuclear arms race. In this part of the movie, Oppenheimer's internal struggle and quest for redemption for his actions in the Manhattan Project are depicted. As he nears the end of his involvement, he becomes a symbol of the ethical dilemmas of the nuclear age. His critical stance towards nuclear weapons pits him against the U.S. government during the Cold War, subjecting him to suspicion and surveillance for advocating for international control of nuclear weapons. The government initiates a smear campaign against Oppenheimer, accusing him of sympathizing with communism and posing a threat to national security. Despite his efforts to advocate for peace and nuclear arms limitation, Oppenheimer finds himself increasingly marginalized and alienated. Oppenheimer's situation reaches a critical point when he is stripped of access to classified information and prohibited from participating in projects related to national security. His downfall culminates when he is called to testify before the House Un-American Activities Committee, where he defends himself against accusations of disloyalty and treason. Despite his brave defense, Oppenheimer is deemed guilty by public opinion and becomes a pariah in his own country. His story represents the individual political persecution and the ethical dilemmas of the development and use of nuclear weapons in the modern era. This part also examines Oppenheimer's legacy and his lasting impact on history and public consciousness. Despite his fall from grace and ostracism, he remains a revered and respected figure in the academic and scientific community. The movie highlights Oppenheimer's monumental contribution to the development of the atomic bomb during World War II. His role as the head of the Manhattan Project and his leadership in Los Alamos make him a legendary figure in the history of science and technology. Oppenheimer's legacy goes beyond his scientific achievements. His ethical stance on nuclear weapons makes him a symbol of scientific responsibility and social consciousness. Despite the pressures, he maintained his integrity and commitment to world peace. His contribution to scientific education and his influence on future generations of scientists and thinkers are also highlighted. Oppenheimer is remembered for reminding us of the responsibilities and ethical dilemmas faced by scientists in a world dominated by technology and science. The enduring legacy of J. Robert Oppenheimer and his impact on modern history and culture is further explored. As the narrative approaches its conclusion, it has highlighted how Oppenheimer's life and work continue to resonate today. Oppenheimer, a prominent scientist in the Manhattan Project and the development of the atomic bomb, is remembered for his ethical and moral stance on nuclear weapons, influencing future generations. He advocated for arms control and nuclear nonproliferation, facing political and social controversies. Oppenheimer is recognized for his work in scientific education, contributing to the founding of institutions and research programs. His personal legacy highlights his integrity and commitment to truth and ethics, being an example of a struggle for a safer and fairer world. And so concludes the captivating story of Oppenheimer. We hope you have enjoyed this journey full of knowledge, reflection, and unforgettable moments. Don't miss our next installment, where we will continue exploring the lives of the great thinkers who changed the course of history. Until next time.